mess this up. We're gonna see.
So,
Bada boom.
last session was pretty straightforward. You guys started chasing after what you thought was one and quickly became 3 rats that were spying on you. After
Rathu.
dodging, Rathu. Oh, I forgot about my boy Rathu.
R.I.P. Rathu.
That's not what his name was it?
Yes.
They didn't have
Was it?
names, and usually my
I
bad guys,
named one of them.
unless they're important, they don't have names, and then you guys. Rathu.
Rathu.
That's actually a really nice name.
He's rat.
So, you guys fended off their attempts to knock you guys out in various ways. I think everybody got knocked out once except for Tag. Rav got knocked out. Sedge got knocked out.
I think I also got knocked out once.
Everybody got knocked out
I
in a
think.
different round, which is probably the best case scenario. Because
third of
having
my
2 of you get knocked out
Or
and
no,
then 1 person is this
It was
the force.
it was just Raven Sedge because you protected me
Oh,
with your
okay.
shield, and then I freaked out.
You didn't get
So,
attacked.
you handily defeated the first one. In the first round, you just blew them up. And then the second one, Tag shot through the mouth. And then the third one seemed like they were going to be getting away. Sedge picked up Rav and Tag to get them closer.
Under each arm.
And then Tag did 17 out of 18 damage to the poor little rat.
the
As
poor little rat.
he got his arm shot off.
I think you're mischaracterizing the rat.
They were just
DM.
doing their jobs. So the rat was about to get
Just
away.
doing their
Things Tag was just like, I wish I could just do 1 more damage to it. And then in the canon of the universe, LaDonna heard that and was like, I can do 1 more damage. What do you give me? And then Tag wasn't giving anything worthwhile or interesting.
Tag was like, you give me a rat and I'll give you a rat.
And then they
rat
said,
for a rat.
you give me a dead rat and I'll give you a dead rat.
specifically a rat for a rat, whatever you think that means.
She gave me a look. We were pressed on time.
It's true.
A rat for a rat, whatever you consider to be a rat, is the new line in Tag's contract.
It's not very
She
good legally.
gave the Grinch smile from the animated thing where her face contorted and was like, and then proceeded to melt the rat. And I put in my notes to describe it. Think of how Natsuko melted in The Boy of the Heron. Just kind of just like unconstituting
Blobby.
and like an insane amount of the magic going into a 1 HP individual. Your arm became a little bit more like
Pristine.
lava rock-like.
Baratos.
Flames started emitting from it.
Baronesque. Baratos.
Baratos.
Baritone.
Baritone. Womp womp.
Barrett sings baritone.
Now he does. He used to sing tenor, and now he's sad.
After
Madonna
tea.
just gave him huge
Yeah,
balls.
his balls dropped a little bit.
He's been on
And
tea
then
for long
the
now.
probably more
Yeah.
important than the rat melting, slightly maybe not more important, but probably equally as important. Sedge felt probably the strongest demonic presence you've ever felt in your life.
Yeah, I
And it was
wanted to-
coming from Tag's
I
body.
wanted to dial in on what exactly that, like, what Sedge knows.
I would
Did I just see Tag's arm become a little bit more Barrett-like and cast the magic from him that leads to the rat melting?
So I'm gonna reword what you said. I think it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, oh, I've read about it in books, but like you've never like experienced, like you've seen like cultists like fight each other. You've seen warlocks using whatever, but I don't know if you've ever truly felt like a presence like this, and you would assume that you would never feel it after the unification because hell is sealed off.
Divine.
I feel like if nothing else, that is what terrifies you. You're like, oh, I shouldn't be able to feel that.
What incarnation? What tagnation?
Yeah,
Isn't that
if that's how you want to feel about it.
Isn't that what we joked about that last time?
So yeah, you feel this thing. You go from normally shooting somebody dying. Maybe they might like singe a bit, but you see somebody on Constitute in front of you, and that's where we are now.
I feel like Tag
What
watched.
the fuck just happened to that rat?
Like, it takes a second for Tag to like sink in what he just did and what just happened to that rat.
I would say even like the like redness, like the like tunnel vision where you're like, I need that thing dead, kind of just slowly starts to like like
in his
drift
brain,
away.
he was like, oh, it would just drop dead.
Just like, meh.
But literally like melting into goo and bones. I think he's maybe gonna like slide out of Sedge's grasp like backwards and then just go.
Because I think Sedge is still like jogging.
He's got,
still jogging toward the rat.
Yeah, he's just gonna like kind of push out of that a little bit and then go like throw up by the wall.
Oh man. Sedge, unless Rav also squiggles out.
Rev is kind of not like limp. That's not the right word,
Just
but he's
like,
kind of just like.
Numb.
Sedge is just gonna sort of
kinda
like slow down the
Mhm.
jog to like a slow trot in front of the rat puddle, and just sort of like look at the rat puddle.
Yeah.
Without even like with your your divine sense is still active.
It's stanky.
It's.
I knew you were gonna eat that strawberry in a weird way.
It's so putrid. Like it's vile in every sense and shape of the word. I'm just pushing through this. Probably
Damning.
one of the most horrific things you've seen. Like on pure like badness. Like you probably like there's like moral bad things you've seen, but just like if
that
you
is
hadn't
badness concentrated.
if you hadn't just seen that it was a rat, you wouldn't be able to tell it's a rat.
Yeah.
It's kind of just goo at this point.
Yeah. Tagun made the rat on a molecular level.
Yeah.
Sedge will not say that. He doesn't.
I
Know,
fucking hope
he
not.
doesn't know what molecules are.
Insane.
Sorry, the alcohol copy in the back was
Okay, and Tag's still vomiting back there.
He's just like kind of gagging a little bit probably and like wiped his mouth with the back of his hand
kind
and
of comes over as you and kind of just like puts like a nervous.
he's
hand
gonna
on you.
like look over and look at Sedge and just guilt.
Hey,
Like-
Rav, can you scout ahead a little bit in that cave?
Yeah,
look for some more rats. Give Tag and I a moment.
I don't want to be here. you just see he
don't
just
have
does his bonus action dash and goes,
Oh my god.
and he turns the corner at the end of this like little tunnel.
Bye, Rev. That was a good sound effect. Chowder, get up and run.
I'd like the record to show that Chowder is currently doing absolutely nothing right now.
Cheddar just looked at us like, "Are you talking
Yeah,
to me?"
I don't want to. You know, I've been rushing around all day trying to eat people's compote, but I'm doing nothing
And then
now.
I threw up.
I
a little
threw up
bit.
and then laid down, and I'm not doing anything else.
You're lying down inches from your barf.
Well, the bark was cleaned up
Ain't that just
But
the way-
from the previous
From
side
the
of the
site.
barf.
from the side of the bark.
The scene of the crime, the side of the barf. Tag.
Yeah.
You know what you did, right?
I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
How do you mean?
I just wanted it. I didn't want it to get away. I didn't want him to go call more friends and like bring him back here. I didn't think he was literally gonna melt. I think I did something really stupid again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think you did. Just gonna say that flat out. Yeah, I think you did.
Tag's just like nodding, like, yeah.
Would it have been better if he didn't melt? You still called upon some pretty terrifying forces there, Tag.
Yeah, those are the forces I'm kind of dealing with right now.
I know. But dealing with is one thing. Leaning into is a whole nother.
I just didn't want him to get away. I
Understand.
just really didn't want him to get away. But
But I think our confrontation with the Rat King is predestined already.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Melt and him would have stopped that.
Don't roll things right.
You get the benefit of a short rest.
Right now?
As you're having this conversation, you feel a little rejuvenated.
Oh no, that sucks. Well, killing makes it feel good, Tag.
You don't notice a
Literally, it
difference.
actually does, because actually I would have also gotten 5 more temporary hit points from that thing melting.
From killing a thing?
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know how a short rest works off of D&D Beyond, but I'll deal with that after. Sedge, I might have added some more shit to my contract, and because you like pledged yourself to me or whatever you did, I'm really scared that it's gonna fuck with you in some way if it comes down to it.
From what I know about these demonic pacts, I imagine you added some to your contract tonight.
Yeah.
That doesn't change my resolve. I want the best for you, but
But why? Why? You don't even...
I know you enough to know that you need help.
I don't want to get you killed like that.
No, I don't want to die like that, frankly. I don't want to die
That's
like
good.
in the
I'm
same,
really glad you
in the
don't.
same way as that rat. But
Neither do I. You
Also,
just hear
you're,
echoing down.
I don't want to Rav, I don't want to kill you either, man.
you,
I'll go further. He rolled a really good perception.
I believe in your redemption, your escape from this pact, from this curse. But I want to know that I can trust you to make the right decisions. I'm put more at risk the more you lean into these powers.
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Rav is put more at risk
Yeah.
by you leaning into these powers. Can we trust you in the heat of the moment?
You hear in your head, calling it a curse is like a little overboard.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He's
What
not
is-
saying. He's not saying.
What does that
out
look
loud.
like though? Like when you say shut the fuck up internally? Because you know,
Like he looks like he's looking at Sedge right now, and he kind of looks to the side and
no.
down.
I don't want to draw too many like medical parallels, but there's like a lot of
When
there's
people
a
are
lot
like,
of
when you
conditions.
look to the left, you're lying or whatever.
No.
Oh.
There's just like the medical conditions that cause somebody to have like psychosis.
Yeah.
When you're like doing like a physical exam on them, like there's like overt when they're like talking to people that you can't hear, right? But then there's other where they just seem distracted by stimuli you can't hear, like by noises that you can't hear or things like that. And so it's like referred to as like distracted by internal stimuli. And I'm wondering if that like looks like what Tag is going through, because he is
Probably a
decidedly
little bit,
he is
yeah.
decidedly like responding internally to a voice that like Sedge does not hear.
That's true. Yeah.
I think it's hard for you to tell if Tag is doing that or if Tag is just like trying to like avert
squirrely.
your gaze and like
You are pretty
because you're like you're confronting Tag in this moment, so like
yeah, and he's like a big intimidating guy that you've only known
right,
for a
he's
couple weeks.
exchanging over you,
He's like,
looking down, like so
I'm not
like
mad,
it's
I'm just disappointed.
right, like literally.
oh,
It's
that's
hard for you
worse.
to tell which like you're like are you currently talking like it's like that might even be like an anxiety in you like is Tag talking to the like hearing the demon right now
Is Tag hearing the demon
or
right
am I
now, or
just
just-
am I
yeah.
just confronting Tag
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What are you doing, Lek?
Lek.
Did someone barf again? Why are you giving me that face?
Oh.
Oh,
Obviously.
I don't know. I burp weird so often at baseline I didn't even clock it.
I think I'm gonna say the same thing I said before. Is as far as I know, you can, but if things get scary like that again, I don't know if I can trust myself to make those kind of choices.
I gotta be honest, as far as you know, is starting to look a little more concerning than it did
Yep.
before.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I want to be able to trust your judgment, and I think I can trust your heart.
I am not smart, and I'm dealing with someone who outsmarts me with very little effort. So I think I really just need to like talk to someone who can make smart choices.
Yeah, I have an intelligence of 11 myself.
Rev is smart in the way that
You're not a lawyer, Rev.
Rev is very like, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
I'm not good at like.
If you find yourself
Rev
in
is probably on
danger
this-
of being outsmarted by this,
I just
which is
don't.
even a little strange to call them an adversary, but you ought to steel yourself. Take some time for these decisions.
The thing is, these decisions usually happen when we have like 15 minutes until 9 o'clock, and I get really stressed out. Which has happened twice now, which I've had 2 nickels.
Yeah.
If I had 2
See,
nickels.
here's the thing: we're never trying to wrap up a fight before 7:30.
What?
You like just take a moment. Think about this rat, right? These tunnels have been full of little crevices. We didn't even see the extra 2 rats for another several couple minutes after we ran into here. How do you know that there weren't more watching you do that?
Oh,
to one of them?
I was searching for the rats. I knew there weren't more rats.
Oh. Good on you. That's good foresight, at least. Yeah. I frankly didn't. I was too focused on him.
If you had to make that choice, what would you have done?
Well, it's hard to say. I don't have a demonic pact. I don't have that ability, but sometimes you just gotta let the rats go and deal with the consequences.
Okay. I'll try to let the rats go.
However rough they might be.
Let the rats go.
You need something to eat? Your stomach settled?
I don't want to eat anything.
Is your arm okay?
It's-
Gotta be honest, it looks bad.
It
Frankly,
does my arm hurt?
it looked bad this morning.
No.
It looked bad this morning, and it looks bad now. Real worse, in fact.
It just it just looks bad. It doesn't feel like anything really different.
Glad it doesn't feel bad.
I think that's a bad thing in itself, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
I'm afraid about your ability to extricate yourself from this pact without fulfilling your end of these bargains.
Well, I had 1 thing left.
Had.
Now I have 2.
Technically, still one.
What does that mean?
There's only one thing. This is not.
No, I
Can
know.
she hear me?
Yes.
Because she responded in this scene, so clearly she knows we're
So
like
she's
talking
like
about her.
here.
She's
very close.
presence is not the
proximity.
right way to say it. It's as if Tag is on a phone call.
Yeah.
Are you on?
didn't-
Are you on? Am I on? Or you're on speakerphone, so she can hear me.
I guess.
It's
yeah.
it's like you know when you're on the phone and like if like Lexi says something, like you're calling me and like Lexi says something next to me, you can kind of hear what they're saying.
Yeah, but is it? How good is the resolution on that?
Because it's outlined in the contract, it's pretty good.
Okay. You gonna warn Sedge? Otherwise, it's just good. I mean, I guess that's most of.
But,
he's just asking if your arm's okay now.
But
He
going-
said most of the things he wanted to say.
Tag is gonna like. Damn it.
But
Yeah.
it's mechanically, you only need to fulfill one more thing in the contract for it to be done. You just added another thing
Oh,
that she can take. You just gave her an extra thing, like you already you fulfilled. No, I guess the price isn't necessarily yours to pay of that thing. You just gave her like if through you she's like, oh, I consider them a rat. She can.
But
just
I
delete
thought the price of the rat, because that's kind of like adding onto the bill or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like she doesn't expect you to kill them or something. Like, she just...
Oh, she's not gonna
You-
expect you to kill them of your own volition, but she could use your body to kill the rat herself.
Not necessarily, like, I guess the way I'm thinking about it is, like, you needed that person to die, and if she needs... So, like, you needed a life
Yeah.
gone. Now, if she needs a life gone, she can do the same thing, and just, like, come out... She could use you as, like, a spell focus.
Oh.
To, like, cast a spell through you. So, like, a fireball might come through your chest and hit someone.
Ugh.
Or, like, I don't know, like
Ugh.
I don't know. So, like, that's how I'm thinking about it.
But that doesn't go towards the fulfillment of the pact.
Technically, if she uses your power
Yeah.
before she does that, she doesn't get the rat thing.
So it's in her
okay.
best interest to do the rat thing
Right.
and then use your power.
Yeah.
Because that way she gets
Then
both.
she gets both, but the rat thing is not contingent on really anything. It's just kind of like,
What was your other?
you gotta pay up.
What was your other thing?
My
You need to do
first
like a
thing-
favor for her.
No, so the
Um,
first thing was I get to participate actively in something, which was the Barrett fight. And then the second thing was she gets to use my power.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, the wording is, I will have 2 big asks of you in the future. One
Asks.
request of your participation and one request to use your power. Once those 2 asks are fulfilled and completed, I will cease this connection to you and the pact will be complete.
Okay, so she's not necessarily going to use your power to kill the rat. She's going to use your body as the spell focus to kill the rat.
Yes.
So like
Those
by
two are
doing
separate.
by doing the rat thing, she's not fulfilling both of them. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
So retcon that a little bit. Not 2, but like a subsection.
You've added like a footnote to it.
Okay.
The way these demons work, I'm frankly not sure how comforting that is.
Can he like dismiss her a little bit or kind of
You could
sever that
ask her to
connection? Or just
You
kinda
could
like,
ask her to leave and then see if she actually did.
Why would she? She's like, it's just getting
he
good
wants, he
now.
wants to like hang up the phone call.
Well, she, I don't know how to say it, but she wants to say one more thing to you, but she was kind of like waiting for like you to stop
Oh.
talking to directly. So like
Like
you
to-
don't. You can tell she's like kind of just like sitting around waiting to like say something to you.
Sedge is just looking at your arm after you say it's like not very painful. It's a beat.
I think it'll be fine.
You think it'll be fine?
Yeah.
You think you'll be fine?
I'll let you know.
Do you think I'll be fine?
I really want to make sure you're fine.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I'd rather you be fine than me be fine in this outcome. If there was that option.
If you want, you can do a religion or insight check on Tag's arm. Religion, insight, or medicine. Depending on
that
what-
makes a
Medicine?
dramatic
It's burnt
difference.
as fuck.
Depending on
That
what
arm
you
is
choose,
dead.
kind of changes slightly what information you get.
Okay.
But you can do it with advantage because Tag is
Oh,
effectively like
interesting.
not like helping you look at it, but you know
I
he's not
gotta-
like hiding it. You're not looking at it when it's in like in motion. So you can
It
get a
sucks
good look.
because I feel like, I mean, the difference is colossal. Religion is +0, insight is +2, medicine is +10.
Holy
so I will
shit.
get way more with
But it might
medicine,
not be
but
in the context you
Yeah,
want.
but I feel like I have enough of the medicine information that I need that I kind of want some religion
could you
or insight.
could you spin medicine to be from like a spiritual standpoint?
The only one you can
I
spin
mean, look, let me
is
click on it. I don't
insight
think...
will give insight is the connection. So
You're doing a
religion is
naturopath
obviously
medicine.
one thing, medicine is obviously another, and insight is the one in the middle. But obviously, it's like if you choose, a median answer, you're gonna get a little of both things.
Yeah.
But
I don't
it's
need to diagnose his
risk or
illness.
reward.
I don't know. I'll take my chances with my +0 on religion because I feel like if I do get something, that will be the coolest.
I respect how you play, Danny.
Good thing I have advantage. Well, That's not that good. With advantage, that is a total of a 6. Because I rolled a 4 and a 6.
You
I don't think that
technically-
does.
you
I don't
already
think
did.
that does more than give me advantage. You already helped me.
Yeah, the advantage is because you're helping.
Advantage doesn't
Um,
stack.
So I'll say with a
Wait,
6.
do I have anything else that I can use to juice it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can juice it.
No, I don't think I do. But
I mean, you can. I would allow you to like add something if you want.
I don't think I have anything that I can use.
Do you have
to
a medicine
juice it.
kit?
No, because I chose religion.
You can touch your medallion.
What?
One thing that
I think
I think I should.
I think it's just.
I
a
want to
six.
just keep top of mind is that these are like contract breaking like stipulations. Like you two can ask things of each other, but they're not like unless they're like a big deal. Like you made it very clear very quickly that you're like, I need this to happen right now. So she's like, cool, give me something awesome. But if you're like, hey, I want to know general information. If she's like, hey, can you go like listen on this conversation that I want to hear?
Well,
Like
that's
they
cool.
can, you can ask each other of things that will not necessarily add to
That
the
aren't
pact.
gonna like add
Yeah.
receipts.
You
Yeah.
were in the heat of the moment, so you were acting under duress.
Exactly.
So that's why.
If
know
you
what I mean?
if you're not like acting under duress,
If I had let him get away and then been like, hey,
yeah, she could be like, I might be like,
Can you, like, trip
I'll
that
help,
rabbit?
I'll help your eyesight so you can see further in the dark.
Or
you
like
know?
for future, can I figure out a way to do an extra damage when
I just
Yeah.
need to do one
when
more.
you
Yeah.
just do one
Can you
more?
help?
let me-
Can you help me
Can
train?
I burn status
Can
that
I
rabbit?
train the Eye of Fire so I do more damage per? I do
Oh,
2d6
that's cool.
instead of 1d6. And then she's like, okay, like
I can't
Sure.
believe you got 17 out of 18 on killing that.
that made
that's
my
so
heart
good.
sing.
Truly, that's like redefined this whole session. You know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Sedge has anything else to say. Oh yeah, I rolled a 6 for religion.
Yes,
chose religion,
religion.
which
That's-
is gonna give me not a lot, but it's religion.
I'll say with religion, the only thing you can really kind of surmise is like I'll say you're kind of flustered. You're not like tapping into your like divine knowledge of the thing.
Or you're tapping
Or-
into your biased knowledge of it. The Catholicism.
I mean, the thing about
You're
him is that
having-
he has very strong beliefs, but doesn't have very strong knowledge. Frankly, like truly.
Yeah, so like you're having a really hard time pushing down the like this is a sinner, this person needs to like I need to control this like active spout of hell. Because what you just saw was a spout.
That's
from
true.
hell.
That's probably
I need to
he's
control
probably
it.
This
having
is
to
like a
bury.
leak.
He's
So,
probably having to bury a lot
Yeah,
of
you're
his feelings
really
about it.
shoving that down, and all that like emotional effort is making it so you're like, I guess that with the arm, there's no like active. You have a hunch that the arm is not like an active like the thing like his contract is written in your arm. That's not necessary. Like you're like
You see,
it's.
I'm gonna take my magnifying glass to your arm, Ted.
Yeah, so with a 6, the best you can get is like it's not like he's using his arm as like a spell focus or something. Like his arm
Right.
doesn't feel like it will only get worse if big things happen if he like uses his powers or even like like you notice the change between before this addition was put and after, and you get the impression that like that's when the arm changes, I think, but you don't know for certain.
Sedge is trying to be very hard to be, I don't know, like be a good person, I guess. Be an understanding person. You know?
Sedge.
Well, because he's like, dude, I like super want to help you, but like,
You're making it really hard to help you, buddy.
yeah, you're
You're
making it hard.
You're
God
quite
damn it,
literally
Tag.
going against everything that I believe.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. He's
I don't
like,
know. Should
he's still just like put his hand on your shoulder, and be like, let's just get you to the Silver Marsh when we can.
Sounds good to me.
In your head, you hear, if you want a different opinion. I know you wrote the new contract and everything. You did something you probably didn't like. But if you want a differing opinion of what this holy man said, you're not a very holy person, I don't think. But if you want a different opinion on the situation in which he's standing from, talk to me.
Okay.
And then you
Hangs
kinda,
up.
Yeah, you kind of feel like she kind of is just like, I don't even be here anymore.
Hey Rav, clean up an aisle rat.
No. No. Just like Tag just like walks past the rat, kind of following after Sedge, just like.
Yeah, I mean, you say, hey, Rev, and he just doesn't, he doesn't respond.
Disgusting.
Sedge trying to make that joke to lighten the mood.
Keep it
It's
light.
a dark cave in here,
Gotta
trying to
keep
keep
it
it
light.
light.
It is a dark cave.
So you guys continue.
Man,
forward?
growling is Sedge
Yeah, the
is
caves.
one of my favorite pastimes now.
Growling is Sedge.
It's fun. It's fun.
So,
I'm disappointed in your calling upon demonic forces. That's like fun to do.
Yeah,
you know?
it's good. It was really good.
Everyone should growl as Sedge.
it's
every
really
now
fun
and
to
then.
be holier than thou when playing a holy
But it's
person.
like
It's
a
so-
good holier than thou though.
It's frankly playing against type for me. So
You're doing
much.
a very good
So
job. You're doing
much.
a really fucking good job.
I'm trying not to typecast myself by playing my opposite. It's fun.
So you guys continue onward, downward, forward.
What do you see, Rev? Did you find another rat?
Oh, do you guys keep it down? Keep going down. Rav went
what
like
was- when
Rav
he-
felt bad that
when
he
we
was
were talking,
within earshot,
when
so
we
you're
were
okay.
talking,
Oh.
he did what? Like, did he scout ahead or?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
You
do we want to
guys,
just go catch up to Rav?
Yeah, we'll catch up to
Yeah.
Rev. Yeah.
You see him kind of like after like a moment of you guys turning a couple ways, and he like jogs back. It's like the situation kind of changes as we go further down these tunnels. Maybe you guys should kind of get a look at this because it's weird.
Are there more rats?
No, I didn't see any rats.
Is it kind of the look that we should get after resting up, or?
Oh yeah.
looks
I'm a little worse for wear here.
I saw some rooms.
Like
We
Okay.
could probably barricade a door in like a room. Come on.
It's kind of interesting.
I need you guys
I'll-
to see this.
If you're not
I didn't-
immediately concerned for our danger, I will follow.
I didn't
you.
expect this going into these tunnels.
That's a weird thing for Rev to say. Okay, I'll follow him. Sure,
So-
he's intrigued
what
me.
did he expect going into these tunnels?
Well, I sure as hell didn't expect a neighborhood, I
I
assume.
thought it was just like a cave system going through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Going through the mountains, like caves.
Does that mean we're getting close
This
to
is not.
some?
This is actually like kind of my first time in like a
I
cave.
don't know. Cool. I was born in a cave.
Your first time in a cave, like full stop?
like a cave like this. Like I've been in like a singular cave,
Pretty
but
wild
like a
kinda
cave
cave.
system. This,
This is a pretty intense cave for your first one.
It's a pretty
Yeah, it's
intense
fine.
We're here to
cave.
support you.
I mean,
We don't
He
have
touches your knee.
thank
don't
you-
have a
thank
whole
you,
lot of
Rav.
caves where
He
I'm
like
from,
pats
so-
Rav's head and is like, I don't really get freaked out by caves. Me, Andy, I would be having a very bad time in these caves.
You've been in the dark for like days,
day.
like a day. Like that'd be pretty spooky.
No,
yeah.
this is you guys haven't rested yet.
No,
I
we
mean-
really need
I
a
mean, I
longer.
think
You
I
rested
don't know. I
on- you
kind of feel
rested-
like Sedge has got like almost like an Appa like an experience with caves. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like he lives in like a tundra, which is the most open part
Yeah.
of the world, and there's
You
no
are
caves.
like an Appa.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
There's like no caves in the tundra because there's
Wow.
nowhere for it to be a cave.
It's very Appalachian where you come from.
But it's like it's too big. There are caves in Appalachia.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like it's like even
There
more
are
open. than
freaky
that.
fucking
It's
caves in
very
Appalachia.
Patagonia where you come from. Excuse me. That's what I meant.
Yeah, like Patagonia or like
Yeah,
Iceland or like
yeah.
Canada. It's like northern Canada.
I got
so-
dark vision. I'm okay with caves.
I don't have dark vision. I'm not okay with caves.
Rav grabs like a stick on the ground, like not like a root.
I thought we like
and
had
snaps it
torches.
off. He casts.
No, I think we did from the corpse
he,
plate. They might have burned down.
he uses his artificer tools and puts like he kind of see like tweezers and he goes "Zring," and he kind of makes you like a little like flashlight torch.
Tag kind of started
Yeah.
to reach out to do a little create bonfire, and I was like, wait, nope, we're not gonna do that right now.
Do you want a torch to tag?
No, I can see.
Okay.
I just wanted to be helpful.
Honestly, in a cave system, limited oxygen, you don't want an open flame anyway.
That's true.
This is true.
It's pretty smart to not. What is this?
Oh, it's just
He
like
just
he
put,
just
like-
like he kind of put
He
like the
made like an electrical circuit.
he
or
made like
something?
he made like the light
Oh.
cantrip kind of like contained in like a little
Oh.
ball
Wow,
on
that's
top
kind
of
of
your
cute.
torch.
Man, I super don't know how artificers work. That's awesome.
Artificers are fucking insane. I love
Every single time I've ever played D&D, somebody has explicitly told me not to play one. So I actually don't.
they're
So I actually
very
don't know how they
complicated.
work.
They're like complicated
In a
similarly.
different
They're
way.
like mechanically complicated similarly to wizards.
Yes.
But instead of spells and like
It's
how you,
just
it's just you can do
stuff.
so much stuff.
It's a lot of like role play kind of come up with stuff.
Yeah, and like a lot
Is
of
it
like
hard on
managing
the
of.
DM's point because
I
like
think for
Cam was
stats,
like
it's a lot to
I
figure
don't
out."
want to deal with you being an artificer.
It like
I think you
like,
would be a very good chaotic artificer.
because like the
Maybe
smarter
someday.
the more creative the person, the more dangerous the artificer, because you can read between lines of stuff. Like
If
I
you,
was
like,
able to
need-
give myself
yeah.
a +1 weapon at level 2.
Oh,
Like it's stupid.
cool.
With like
Maybe
different
someday.
infusions and stuff.
Maybe someday.
So you'd continue on, and as you do, like Rav was mentioning, the scenery begins to like change. You realize the rats were running away, but also trying to like lead you into more familiar territory for them. And with that, you kind of notice like, oh, these aren't. The scenery like shifts kind of a bit. You notice like subtle changes, like what used to be like smooth, kind of carved rock. Carved is not the right. Smooth, kind of like naturally dug. Like naturally smooth is different than like carved smooth.
like
if
a
that makes
worm
sense.
tunnel.
Like a worm
Is it a
tunnel
worm?
versus
Is
like
it, was it a worm tunnel? Or
maybe
Big
it's hard to tell.
worm.
Big worm.
worm? Like a worm
Yeah.
with, like,
That
a
is the
line?
title of this episode.
worm.
Big Worm.
What used to be smooth rock and stone seems to be turning more into like a hewn material, like going from like a more natural shape to a more kind of like forged shape, if that makes sense. After passing a few like of the wooden like tunnel supports of like classic mines,
Minecraft.
the tunnel you are in becomes less of a tunnel and more of like a passageway or a hallway, and these changes become less subtle as you continue like kind of forward. Rav is like, yeah, these are.
Did you go this far, Rav?
Once I started seeing like signs of like people.
Recent people?
Sorry, my screen was doing something really crazy.
God, what's happening with your screen?
Crazy.
Whoa, that was actually insane.
What?
It did like.
It turned into like pinstripes.
Yeah, it was like pinstripe gradients across
That
my
was
screen.
so weird.
That's really weird. I'm
Rav,
just
I
gonna
think
plug
you
my
got some
computer in.
glitches.
Yeah.
You see Rav kind of like just stutter a bit.
God's resources are glitching out.
I'm gonna kind of move
Rav,
over
do
here
you
and plug
need
in my
a
computer.
charger?
If you'd like me to move, I
My
can.
brain feels weird. He just starts glitching like
Like in
Steven.
Spider-Verse?
Oh no!
But yeah.
Or do you want to come over here and then...
Oh, I could do that.
That could be nice.
Yeah, I could do
I
that.
would, I
So,
would like.
so that way we can both be facing you interview style.
Yeah. That way you two can be like.
We don't usually whisper without you though.
No, it's kind of hard to whisper when you're 3 feet away from someone.
Yeah. And also, if we whisper too much, then it's not on the beautiful recording.
I know.
It's true.
This
It's
is why we all need to be
trueness.
mic'd up.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of a nice view too.
Yeah.
You're like
It is a
cast in
nice
nice
view.
lighting,
I'm backlit. I have a
You're
bit of a
so
halo.
welcome.
When did you take a shower?
She took a shower a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry.
That's when she
I'm
was
sorry,
gone
didn't
for
know.
Pay
like
attention,
15
God.
minutes.
Hey,
It's your duty
I-
to know when people are painting.
It's your duty to know.
Okay. The changes become.
He knows when you've been
Wait, remind me to save that line. It is a beautiful view for Winona because I need to be more vain, but I am bad at that.
What do you mean?
I'll do my best.
The line of just like lines of I don't know.
Oh, and you're like,
Oh,
it's a
like it
beautiful
is.
view.
Like,
It is
thank
a
you.
really nice view. You're so welcome.
Yeah, like just like
Oh,
self-aggrandizing, like
that's
taking
your-
the
Self-aggrandizing.
That's your other
self-aggrandizing
character.
compliments.
Gotcha.
Um,
Your Terra game character.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which I,
what was a tunnel is kind of becoming more like masonry, and like archways become more frequent. Like think of like Roman kind of like just like brick all the way around.
It's a
Is it-
great
wait, is
sound
it-
effect.
Is it brick specifically,
Or is it like concrete?
It's
or like
kind of like
rocks? Is it
I'm
like
gonna take rocks from one area, make them into something, and then support another area with
so
those
kind
rocks.
of Machu Picchu like?
I don't know. how much
Kind
picture
of.
looks like.
It's well because it's like rocks that fit very well together as opposed to like bricks that were like like because bricks you like make the clay in the you know what I mean, you're like burning it in like a kiln. It's like different. Like
I would say more like it's become like as you transition to more like hallways, like I was saying, like you're kind of it's happening over like the course of like 120 feet. Like you can tell that this is like the pathway out of this area is
Sure.
where you guys are coming in. But it's I don't know, kind of more like Greek, old Parisian, like under catacomb kind
oh
of vibe.
interesting.
Ooh, like
I
Tom
fucking love a cat.
Like this like
Sedge
this
doesn't, but Danny does.
like-
Danny loves a cat.
like Styx in Hades.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that kind of like tunnely kind of
Is
like
it root?
small room.
Is it rooty? Like
In-
there's
in some
there's
areas.
like vegetation and sticks.
But we're
Um,
like under a mountain though, right?
We don't know where under
yeah,
the mountain
yeah.
we are.
That's
though.
true.
But everything you're looking at looks like it hasn't been touched in a while. So this is like so it's not like a dude made this like 10 years ago. It looks like a dude made this like 50, 100 like old. Like this has been here for a moment.
Wait, Rav, I thought you said people were here recently.
No, you just
No,
said signs of
in
people here.
in like relation to like a tunnel that a worm might have made. This is different.
Worm versus people.
So yeah, Rev kind of is like, and this is as far as I got. As you start to see like, multiple pathways that kind of like go at more right angles.
Sorry.
In a pathway that was created with pathways that were created with intention to go somewhere rather than pathways that were created as a byproduct.
Okay.
That's kind of the
Do
change.
these
you're
look
seeing.
like footpaths, or are there like cart tracks or railroads? or anything
More
like that?
footpaths?
Okay.
This definitely feels more like a network intentionally built out, possibly like a large underground structure, rather than stuff. Old stonework, distinct from what you've seen up until now. As you kind of like, as Rav is like, and this is where I got, you start to see like old barrels, like pots that have been broken, crates around. They kind of dot the passageway. And then like, and these are like the rooms that I poked my head in a room, and it looked like just like a bunch of boxes. So I was
Does
like, I can lock this door with magic, and we can sleep.
That might be prudent.
Yeah.
Does the size of the boxes and crates and other things give any sort of indication as to how big the intended occupants would be, or like the size of the doorways or anything like that?
Without like an insight or possibly a history check, you can gauge that it's about like average humanoid tag size, like
Okay.
person size rather than like dwarves,
yeah.
gnomes, goblins.
That was my
rats.
main sort of delineation point, is like, are we looking at something that's like tag sized or rav sized?
Tag size, definitely.
Okay, good, because the rats were rav sized, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the rats that you saw were definitely like,
Because they're like big for
Little
rats
rat.
but small for people.
yeah, it's definitely like if a goblin looked like a rat instead.
Yeah, that's important because I wanted to make sure we're not like walking into the rat home. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Do you need a
Rat zone.
cable to charge?
Yes.
Okay, well wait, you could just use this one.
Whoa,
Oh.
that's so long.
Oh. Is that gonna read? It's just for my iPad. Ah, wow.
It might not.
It will. You got some slack.
Good.
And not the messaging platform.
We're on Slack.
So
Yeah, my computer has enough juice to last us a while.
Okay, I'm just I'm at 5%.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
enough to last
That's
a while.
not that's not enough to last a while.
No.
You don't have any slack, but you do now.
So yeah, you guys kind of enter
yeah.
the beginnings of this new area.
Well-
It's like if you were in a video game, a new title would appear, like Weird Underground Catacomb ?
Mines.
We walk forward in the
Old
tunnel.
settlement.
There's a loading screen that teaches us
No, the
about the
little
bauble
circle
that we
in the
got.
bottom of the
Yeah, you guys
corner
stop moving
Oh,
for a
it's
second,
are we auto saving?
and then it
And then
goes
we like
forward. Yeah.
We've auto
going.
saved and now we're in a different room.
The music
So,
shifts.
if you
If-
move
yeah,
any further,
if no
there's more
one's-
stuff to say. But if you guys just
No,
duck
no,
into a room,
If no one's
I think we should do some ducking.
Yeah, if no one's been here for a while, we should get in here and sleep and, maybe poke around in some crates.
if you want to be
rest.
certain, you can give like insight.
Yeah. We'll do it.
Investigation check would probably be best.
I'll give it a try, but no promises.
14.
Cool.
12.
Cool. So, 14 and 12. You can see one sort of footprints kind of walking up and looking kind of around. You see you see 3 sets of older footprints coming towards this way. You can kind of surmise that those were the rats.
Interesting.
Kind of running down this way. You see what you can assume to be
Uncomfortable that they
rats.
use it, though.
Yeah.
That they use this area.
That kind of like cements your idea that the more humanoid rats don't
What's
have they probably don't use tunnels like burrowing tunnels. They probably just run around like you guys do. And inside of this kind of room, I assume you guys walk in. You're like, I'm looking around this hallway, and then I'm gonna look inside the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the room.
Cool. As you guys go in, Rav kind of like shuts the door behind you. He hasn't cast his magic quite yet, but he will once this is done. But yeah, you see some like old barrels and crates, kind of poking around. You kind of do that thing where you kind of just like move stuff around with your feet, and you're kind of like, oh, that's weird. And you just see like bits of where was I? Yeah, little bits from like random books that are kind of like illegible due to time, and signs of life that hasn't been around for a minute.
No, like,
You all
spoiled food or anything that's, like, more recent old stuff.
no.
It's
You
like,
you could see that these might have been like food barrels, but like it's just been so long that whatever food was in there is dust.
Okay.
You also see, like as you move around and as you kind of get more into like, oh, now I'm kind of like interested rather than like looking for traps or looking for other people. You see like old fabric with really diluted like silver and blue tones. Like some cloths, some like very tattered, not like tapestry maybe, but it's just like so faded.
Can't see anything in it.
With a 14, you're able to kind of like make out a symbol. But Tag or Sedge with a 12, you're kind of not. You're not able to like see it until Tag kind of like sits there and points it out to you. So Tag, you see it at first on a lot of these. On a lot of the banners, you kind of see partial symbols, but on this big one, you're kind of able to like just kind of sit there and kind of like imagine what the symbol would be. You see 2 hands kind of like stretched up like this, like kind of like pointing up with like beams of light kind of pointing down at the kind of pointing down at them like a vague symbol of some sort of people.
Do you know anything about? Do you know symbols
Symbols.
of like
different writing styles?
no, like those are glyphs.
Like Chris.
Like
I don't know.
like banners and shit. Like people's
I've been around the world. I know a
emblems?
few.
Do you know?
I'm a fairly well-traveled guy. I haven't been in this part of the world for
Do you recognize one that look like? Do you see that banner there and they like it's got kind of hands going up and then light coming down? Is that like
If it's
the
pointed
divine...
out to me like explicitly, does it look like anything I've seen?
Well, does it look kind of like your pillars?
Once tag, tag it's foreign to you. There would really be no way that
He
you would
wouldn't-
give a shit about this.
No.
But
those
it
gang
is
signs, man.
definitely not foreign to Sedge. You're kind of hearing, you're like hands, symbols, beams of lights. That kind of sounds familiar. But once tag like kind of points it out and kind of like draws it in the air, you instantly recognize this. You see this. You kind of form this crest in your mind.
Whoa.
This is the symbol of Cadell, the god of conviction, one of the six siblings of the divine affection.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of what did you say?
God of conviction.
The god of
Conviction.
conviction. And you would
Cool.
know
Is
that
that
blue
spelled Cadell?
Cadell.
Nice.
You did it.
I'm
You're
already
learning how I spell things.
I can spell. Oh my god.
Boom, you got it. So you would know that before the divine affection kind of solidified the unification, the gods were kind of like, oh, I choose to, I follow the god of conviction. I follow Cadell. I choose Adagast. I choose somebody, I choose I want to choose one, and it's like a newer kind of vibe it's a New Testament versus Old Testament kind of thing. You choose to worship all of them and kind of like what they did for the world, rather than I'm a cleric of conviction is what you would hear. Like, I'm a cleric of passion. I'm a cleric of revenge. These kind of more specific things, and your own kind of ideology is a little more general.
What is Adagast look
My ideology is a little more general.
I think I put them in the in-session chat.
Did you?
Or did I just did the demons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sedge, you note this, and you would know that if this symbol is appearing here, this place is pretty damn old.
It's like, well, it's older at least than the divine
It's
affection.
at least 50 years old. The general wear and tear puts that maybe even like a couple hundred years before that.
Well,
Dang. I will at least communicate the part that I know to Tag, and maybe be like, I'm not as familiar with Cadell's earlier works, but as one of the 6 siblings, I reckon staying here at least we'll probably be in good hands. It's a holy place.
is that a joke? Because of the
Just a
hand.
little bit.
You
just
mentioned
a little
that.
Bit of, just a little bit of a dad
Yeah,
joke.
that was pretty good.
And
The people who lived here were holy themselves.
as you kind of say that, you're like, oh, maybe I should commune, and maybe I should think about that a little bit more. And once you kind of oh, this might be a holy place, you kind of sit there and kind of quiet your mind a little bit, and you do feel like a general you feel specific, the part of the divine affection that I power. You kind of feel your conviction to uphold the unification across the realm. You feel that kind of aura surrounding this place. It's pretty weak out here because you can kind of surmise you're at the edge of whatever this is, but you're kind of sniffing down the right track, being that this might be a holy place. And I feel like Sedge would be the kind of person as you're setting up camp, you're and I'm going to tell you about the rest of the siblings.
Yeah, I basically would.
Yeah.
So
I think there is one of Serenity that I think he favors a little bit.
So as he kind of goes down, he talks about Radahan, the god. I just put it in.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, hey, I
Radahan's
found him!
the god of revenge. Peheret, the god of passion. Withra, the god of wonder, Surin, the god of serenity, Adagast, the god of anguish, and finally Cadell, the god of conviction. The
Those
vibe.
seem like very heavy topics to be gods of.
Emotions are powerful.
Gods are big deals. What are you talking about? You want them to be the god of drywall or something?
No, I was just saying.
Rav just like fucking yeah. I never high fived
No,
the
I'm
holy
just-
man,
I'm
but
just
Rav
saying,
goes for a
like-
high five on that
Like
one.
you, like
I
you
don't
want
even know
like.
if this world has
like, I
drywall.
don't know,
It's the
like-
first thing I can think of. There's like a million minor gods.
Well, like passion isn't just like love or whatever. It's like it could be both a good or
No,
bad
that's the-
thing.
that's the point,
And
Tag,
like
is it's
God,
up-
like
it's up
God
for
of anguish.
interpretation.
Anguish doesn't seem great.
It's
Or
up-
revenge. There's a God
Up
of
for
revenge. That
interpretation.
isn't revenge like a bad, not necessarily a bad thing, but if you like,
Broadly a bad thing, sometimes.
but that's.
Vengeance. It's been interpreted as.
But you said revenge, not vengeance or avenging.
That's the scriptures call it revenge. Might be translation.
What was the other ones?
So it's
Wonder.
Revenge, passion,
Wonder
wonder,
sounds cool.
serenity, anguish.
Wonder, serenity, and passion all seem like
And
more positive.
conviction.
Anguish, revenge, and conviction. I'm like, that's some heavy stuff.
You gotta have conviction in your actions.
Yeah, but also you could be convicted.
You can.
Just put whipped cream in a cream soda.
cute.
What? Wait, why are you doing this? Why? Thank you.
Wow,
Why do you do
that
this?
looks so strange in there. I don't think I like
It's so small.
seeing the whipped cream just
Whoa.
float.
I've never seen whipped cream
Wait,
from
it's like
the
it's
under.
like looking at the underside of an iceberg. That's so cool.
That's wrong. I don't. This
That
is,
kicks ass. You want
we
to look
never
at
should
it?
have seen this.
Look at it. It's like the underside of an
Wait, can you bring the
iceberg.
whip-
That's
wait,
cool.
wait, wait. Can you bring the whipped
Do not just spray it directly into your mouth.
Are you?
I
Gonna,
cannot watch as you do
Are
this.
you gonna? Are you gonna? Are you
Why
truly?
not?
Because it's so weird. I just I don't know why. It's a me thing, and I fully understand that, but
That's
it's just so
okay.
much.
I just like whipped cream.
So yeah, as you guys kind of had this conversation, as you guys had this conversation, Rev kind of just like ritually kind of just like prepares like this like blue glowing kind of like hexagonal like dodecahedron, and then kicks the door closed and then kind of goes, and goes, and you see like various prisms kind of go and kind of like go around the door, and then he
That's
goes,
cool.
dunk dunk. That should hold. Unless they have the knock spell.
Rev, I don't know if I had the chance to tell you this before, but
But I'm
I
really,
really,
fucking smart.
I
Yeah,
really
know.
like the way that your spells look. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Just blue and.
That's what happens.
geometric.
That's what happens
Now,
when you create
um,
your own spells and you don't get them from a god.
Hate to say it, Tag, but now you're a captive audience, and I am going to tell you about the rest of the siblings.
That's fine. I want to know stuff. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Oh, what? In
Yeah.
character? No,
Oh.
I was just going to be like, fade to black.
You see kind of just like the general. You give Rav kind of like the elevator pitch, or not Rav. You give Tag the elevator pitch about like, oh, like, you know, kind of what you were spelling down is kind of like, it's you can't have the good without the bad, and it's, you know, you're not really thinking about it as a total if you're only looking at the good things. You know, yes, revenge is like can be seen as bad, but like if somebody wrongs you, it's you not like it's okay to like get them back. You know, like
Yeah, you're avenging.
like tit for tat kind of thing.
So I could have been like, well, I wanted to get revenge on that rat.
Yeah, but that doesn't just like hurt you necessarily. You can
I mean,
fire back on us
yeah,
other people.
he's kind of got you there. Actually. You could
But
be
doesn't
like,
revenge
God of
always-
revenge, this rat has wronged me, smite him out of the sky, and then something might have happened.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
You chose not to do that, though. You chose to call upon.
I
the
didn't
demon
know there were
contract.
other gods to call upon.
Well, now you do.
I do. So what god do you call upon?
Well, it's become a little fuzzier since the divine affection. They kind of, work as pieces of a whole.
Aren't they all fucking dead?
Can gods die?
Arguably.
I don't know. Nobody's, from what I've heard, nobody's heard them talk. Nobody's like talked to him for a long time.
It's
Like,
true.
have you talked to him?
I wanted to lick the cream off of the rim of the glass. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Stop. Don't be weird. I just don't make it weird. Why are you laughing at me?
Because you said I want to lick the cream off the rim.
That's
Even,
not-
I mean,
Does-
Tag, we know that Tag talks to demons on the reg. Do you
it's
talk
true.
to your gods?
They don't explicitly communicate with mortals. They act upon this world in more subtle ways now.
Seems like you got the better deal, Tag. At least you can talk to the person that
It's
you're
true.
getting
I
powers
cannot
from.
explicitly ask any of the gods to melt rats for me. That's okay.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I
don't
have-
think that's a bad thing.
I have more than I'm able to do intrinsically.
Intrinsically is a big word for
I am able to have conviction in my actions, and that goes further than an impulsive power.
I'd rather deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't. He's cleaning a gun.
But they're not devils, they're gods.
I think that's
Rev just kind of shrugs
it's
and
a
goes back to what he's
metaphor.
doing.
It's a metaphor too.
I don't know. Everyone's
But he
being
gives
everyone
you
is
a-
being simultaneously really metaphorical and really literal.
He looks at you and he's kind of
Isn't
like,
it
no.
pleasant to know that the character or
I
the
think
power
devil-
comes from within you?
is devil
And
more of a
the strength of
moniker
your
or
beliefs.
is it like literal?
I
Who
don't
fucking
have
knows?
beliefs.
What are your beliefs?
Everybody has beliefs. You could believe in not having strong beliefs, I suppose, but everybody's got beliefs.
Well, I guess I gotta figure that shit out then.
Have
Did
you
you-
no
did you
faith?
Did you just say that you have beliefs and then when we ask you what your beliefs were, you're like, I don't know.
No, I said I don't have any beliefs.
Oh, you should get some of those.
What are your beliefs?
You should get some of those.
Learn everything I can. Shoot people who I don't like.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that one.
As
I don't know,
far
build cool
as,
shit.
as far as I know,
Make my magic better than other
Rav-
people's magic.
Rav is
Rav
is-
that's all. That's me on the table.
frankly he is
and I have a hat.
he is acting
You
on
do
the
have a hat.
strength of his own convictions. He has not died. He is not subjected to a demonic pact. His choices,
I don't answer to gods.
despite how I might feel about his choices
His
are
own.
fortunately his own.
No god or king is only man, baby. And he like leans back on the barrel he's sitting on.
You're really cool, Rob.
Fucking know I am. He pulls out like a flask and he just drinks and then puts it away.
The way you live your life is sometimes puzzling, but I feel like there are good lessons to be learned from good folk like Rav.
He knows the real.
So I should shoot people I don't like.
Yeah.
You should follow your own internal convictions for what you want.
Okay. What do I want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
I guess I want to go home eventually.
Where do you call home?
My home was Ithamar.
Yeah.
It's much
Do
pretty
you
fucking
consider that your home now?
I mean, I don't really have a home right now.
Then
You
what
see-
does going back home mean?
cool.
For
Rev
you?
kind of scrounges around in his bag and he pulls out like an ammo supplier of like a thing that's just like he's very Rocket Raccoon-esque.
Yeah.
He just pulls out like a part of a weapon. He's like, I got this in Ithamar.
Do I recognize it?
I mean, it's like nice metal, darkened steel, like stuff that like you would see attached to like weapons. You know, like an auto loader of a crossbow kind of vibe. Like definitely like newer Magitech stuff that like is of people that are like, I want to use magic, but I also want to use technology and like kind of like emerging stuff. Like I would say like Ithamar is probably like more like testing, kind of like you know in Arcane.
Yeah.
How it's kind of like, oh,
Still
Jace
gotta
and all
watch
the
that.
good guys are like, oh, we're gonna use magic for like good, and like everybody
Silco
else is
is
just like Silco is just like, I'm gonna fucking make a
We're
new
gonna,
arm.
like,
Somebody
genetically
chopped off my
modify
arm,
people.
and I'm gonna make my arm really fucking strong now.
Genetically?
That's
Yeah.
not a word. That's really not a word.
I mean,
it is
it's
a word now.
there's Ithamar is not a stranger to weird mods and
Modification.
through magic and kind of some of the weird rat stuff and the weird gloom sorrow stuff you guys have seen. It's kind of reminiscent. Not exactly the same thing, but kind of same kind of
similar
vibe.
vibe. Wait,
Sid
when were you
doesn't
in
know how I
Ithamar?
feel about that.
Yeah, like 30 years ago.
Oh, that's a really long time ago.
I'm older than you think.
I feel
am.
like
I
for
have-
some reason
you guys keep
Rav-
forgetting I have gray hair.
Rav picking up pieces of like gun parts and stuff in Ithamar kind of makes me think of like like in Porco Rosso where he like goes to Italy and he like gets the bullets from the machine guy. And they're, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Moonrook, right? That's where you're from.
No, I'm not from Moonrook actually.
He puts away. Where are you from?
He's like, never mind.
I mean, I lived there for many years.
Okay, cool. I got this like armor thing from Ithamar. It's just like a police badge. It's actually kind of one of the things that you have on to signify that you're a knight. He's like, I have one of these.
Wait,
From...
that's kind of got pillars like you got pillars.
Oh,
It's
he puts it away.
it's
Yeah,
got-
I don't
it's
have
got my
anything. I don't have
pillars.
anything from Moonrook. I've never been there.
Interesting. See, if I was a different man, I might call you out for stealing valor. But,
It's a good thing you're not a different man, Sedge.
I'm not a different
It's a
man.
good thing.
Good thing you don't
It's
have
a
that.
good thing I don't
Wink.
have
Yeah,
that.
it's a
He
good
winks conspicuously.
It's a good thing Rav has never been to Moonrook.
Real good thing. Really good thing. You've
I've
never been to Moonrook and
Yeah,
never took
yeah.
anything that could be.
He's like the like.
Used against you in the court of law.
No. Circumstantial evidence. You can't testify against me in court.
You ever been to?
You're too close.
You ever been to Lakena?
With all the crabs.
Yeah.
The horseshoe
Yeah, with all the
crabs.
crabs.
He's like.
And the
"Oh,
snails.
I've been meaning to
And the
get some.
snails.
I've been meaning to get some of the.
Home on the snail
What's
ranch.
the fucking shell stuff called?
Chitin?
I've been
Chitin.
meaning to get some of that chitin. That shit is good for armor.
It's quite good. A lot of our best stuff.
He points at
Best
your points at your
tools.
shield. Yeah, like that's chitinous, right?
Mhm. It's got chitin components. Has to be a
Is
kind
there
of.
a chitin titan?
Is Tag asking, is there a chitin titan? You know, the Titans are very broad in their.
There actually are titans. What?
The titans, the nature
Titans
titans.
the nature
Oh,
Titans are
right,
they're very
right,
broad
yeah.
in their domains. There's not one as small as the exoskeleton of chitinous animals, like crustaceans. I think that would probably fall. I don't know whose domain that would even fall under because crabs can exist on land in this world,
Yes,
so it's
they
not even
can.
water. It's not even like we've got fantasy Poseidon, Storm, Inferno, Stone, Expanse, and Glacier. Probably
Oh, there's
Expanse.
There's only 5 on that list.
Oh.
I need to give you one more.
Okay. Well, this was. I mean, you sent
No,
me
that was
this
forever
in
ago.
August.
I had
yeah.
to make a.
You sent it to me in August, so I'm sure it's out of date now.
Okay, I'll also put the titans right after the Gauds.
Yeah.
These are the good people. Well, it's like good titans are neutral and the devils are evil. And the
I
broadswords.
think those quotations on evil are very small.
I mean,
At
Rav
least in my
was
context.
like, devil might just be a name we call them.
Whoa.
Oh.
See,
See, that's where I'm coming from.
no, that's a fun perspective. You
Yeah.
know, what is
I
a
think
what
Zach
is
was
a
a little
weed
harsh earlier.
but a flower that's unwanted?
Exactly. What if they were just unwanted and then we shoved them in hell and then we locked them in there? He kind of looks over to Sedge really quickly and looks back.
That's
Counterpoint. Sometimes invasive species are weeds, and we've got good reason for labeling them as such.
But what if they didn't even know they were invasive? What if they were just things
They're-
trying to survive in a place they didn't want to be?
Are they trying to survive by psychologically manipulating their hosts?
No,
Probably, yes.
What if they're surviving by creating an authoritarian state over an entire realm?
That sounds a little bit more like fascism, but I don't know. I don't think I want to go there.
Grab's like, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Oh my god, this is so good.
It's literally just whipped cream at this point.
No. It's whipped cream that I've been systematically mixing into the cream soda to make kind of like a float.
Oh,
It's really good.
I see.
It really kicks ass.
Nice.
So you've never been to Lycana?
No.
Damn, it's a lot of good things to see there.
Not much tech. Not much
No.
metal.
No, we're not big on tech.
Also,
We're not
that
big
kind
on
of
tech there.
moves. And it's kind of hard to, like, plan
Wait,
your...
how does the place move?
Frankly,
He's a nomad. They're nomads.
frankly, the fact that it moves is one of my favorite parts. I missed that in Moonrock.
And then you went to the place that has never moved ever. Interesting.
Yeah, I did, and I hated it, and that's why I left. That's why I'm not there anymore.
That's fair.
You left?
Moonrook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. But isn't your husband still in Moonrock?
Yes.
Yeah.
His voice is small.
But it's Tag just doesn't say anything else.
I lived there for a while. It didn't work out for me.
Sorry.
No, you don't have anything to be sorry for. You just didn't like staying in the same place for too long. Gotta keep moving.
But your husband did?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit more of a homebody than I am.
But shouldn't home be where you are? We were talking about home
that's
earlier.
Ouch.
He just takes the Rav just takes a pull from his flask and then hands it to Zach. It's
Right.
very strong whiskey.
He's a big bison though. I'll see how well he takes it. He's like, that's a little stronger than I was bargaining for.
Weapons
No,
aren't the only thing I infuse.
I check in. I write home.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I visited, but that's okay.
Just want to make sure you can get back to him.
Yeah. When my when my journey takes me back there, I will happily return.
Good. Yeah.
He's just gonna sort of polish his sword and fiddle with his gear,
Yeah, Rav is just like he's gonna
Just
turn
sorta-
around to a
sort of
corner.
quietly get ready for bed.
Yeah. Sedge just burp in the corner.
No, that was
Well, I'm not taking first watch. I have like half health.
You
And then he
you're
just-
fine. I'll take first watch.
Sedge will take last watch because it's the early morning watch, the most dad-like of the watches.
It's true. So
And you're gonna take the
The first-
most young adult-like of the watches, the first one where you stay
Yeah.
up late
Yep.
instead of wake up early.
Yep. Needs to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah. There's like physiologic changes that happen in the like topography of your sleep to actually legitimately make you, when you're older, like go to bed earlier and wake up earlier.
That makes sense.
That's why it's like a trend.
Mm-hmm. Send the youngins out to do the
first watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, you don't want the old people who have made it that far to die in the night. If you need another young kid, you can just make another young kid.
Huh. I don't know.
That's what my
Interesting.
hunter-gatherer brain
that's
says.
a very interesting perspective on that. I've never experienced that.
Oh no.
I've never thought about it in that way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
You guys settle in for a very bedroll adventuring dungeon delving long rest, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, I need it.
Yeah.
Frankly,
Cool.
to get all my stuff back.
So
Long
anything
rest.
you want to do before you
Take
go
a
to
long
bed?
rest. Take a long rest. Long rest taken. You have completed a long rest. Relevant abilities have been reset.
Zed,
What?
is there anything you want to do before you snooze?
No, super no.
Cool.
I've done enough vamping for this whole session.
We vamped a lot.
Cool. Oh my God. I want to be that drunk tonight. I'm watching.
When you're watching
I'm
Twilight,
watching Twilight.
say it
What?
out loud.
Vampire. There's gonna be
It's been
there's
so
gonna be
long.
so many jokes.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Like, I hope you know what you're getting into playing a vampire because it
Oh,
will be
Yeah.
nonstop
It's
Twilight
I
references.
have to divide myself from both Twilight and Asterion, and it's gonna be bad news.
Did you just text Lucas about the
Not
vampire?
yet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Not yet. For what I want to play.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
All I heard was big old beast guy.
you'll be glad to pay her.
Ayo. Rav falls. Rav's just like, cool. Thanks for telling me. He's one of those people that annoyingly can just like fall asleep whenever he wants.
Love that.
It's a good
very
power.
dad of him.
Yeah, it's very like he's just like yeah. And then Sedge sets himself up and goes to sleep, and you have the first watch. With whatever you want to do and during your watch, let me know, and then at the end of whatever you want to do, you'll roll an encounter check.
Cool. I guess Tag is gonna pick up the mental phone and
Cool.
dial for Demon Lady.
Dial.
Because she was like, come talk to me
Mhm.
tonight for a differing opinion.
Get the 411 on everything
On
demon.
Demon.
And he's just gonna be like sitting in front of the shield that,
Mhm.
like facing away from you guys.
Cool.
Kind of trying to be as far away as
Of
possible.
the shield.
The door lock.
The
Oh.
The arcane lock on the
Yeah.
door.
Gotcha,
Arcane
gotcha,
lock.
gotcha, gotcha. You're,
Um,
but you're facing decidedly away from us. Your back is to
Mhm.
us.
Hello, Tagliare. What's going on?
He told me to check in tonight.
You're just talking to somebody who's very holier than thou.
Very wise and powerful.
I mean, he is literally holy in the sense of being like a divine.
Bootlicker, choosing to believe what everybody says about the gods, the whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to have what is your opinion on all of this? As maybe one of the archdevils. You are one of the archdevils, right?
Yes, I am one of the archdevils.
You are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, how would you feel if your entire realm was sealed off from every other plane of existence?
I mean, I'd be mad about it.
I
But
don't know,
like-
I
but
wanna
like-
get,
Did you
Well,
do
back.
something for them to seal it off?
I mean, what did they say? It's in our nature to do bad things or something.
It's very
There's-
it's very Hobbes mentality of you to have.
It's just, yes, we do bad things. I melted a rat. We have the power. Everyone has the power to do bad things. Your holy friend explodes people with smites. He could choose to just knock everybody out, but he slices them with his sword, hits them with his horns. Your little goblin friend quite literally blows people up. He makes weapons to blow people up.
I want while she's saying that, there to be a montage of all the times you've seen Sedge deliver
Oh, yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah.
And,
And-
you can
and then
see
you
in your
were-
mind's eye when he's like, raw, like looking as
Mhm.
righteous as possible.
Even people who were more not even devoting themselves to the devils, devoting themselves to the nature dudes. of devoting themselves to the
Titan-
gods.
The Titans? The dudes?
Yeah, I mean, put a pin in that. I need to talk about that later.
Shouldn't you
But-
know way more about this than
Oh,
me?
I know everything. About
Why do you
this.
call them dudes then?
Because they're just like,
Do you like know them
you know,
personally?
you know the people at the parties that kind of just show up and like kind of just like sit there and like observe everybody else and kind of like they're not like doing keg stands, but they're also not like drinking cola. They're just kind of like there hanging out.
What the fuck is a keg stand?
They're kegs of beer, an ale stand.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I
know.
Andy knows what a keg stand
I know.
is. I don't think
Does-
Tag has
does
ever been
Tag-
to a frat party.
Well, I don't know. You've never wanted to drink an entire egg of kale at once?
Egg of kale.
You've never wanted to drink an entire keg of kale at once?
No, because I'm not an alcoholic. Have you
What?
drinking an
I'm
entire?
not calling you an alcoholic, but just when you
Who
get
wants
drunk,
to-
you do stupid shit.
I do stupid shit already. I don't need to be drunk for that.
The only correct answer.
You said it on me. Where was I going with this? What did I say before we
We were
started
talking about the
keg
Titans
stands?
and
Oh yeah,
having
the keg, the
keg stands.
the fucking these holy men and their gods sealed. It would make sense if they just sealed us away because we're evil. Sure.
But didn't they
I've
also
done-
remove themselves?
They can go across realms. We can't, but nature titans can. It's very interesting that your friend, somebody of, I saw the magic items he had when you two were talking. Those aren't just holy items.
What magic
Those are-
items?
Elemental items. Those are like elemental titan blessed items. It's
What,
really
the
interesting.
compass?
No, the fucking shield.
Oh, the shield. Oh.
It's if you never noticed, it's a block of ice.
Yeah, I thought it was cool and aesthetic, like how my arm is like fiery.
Yeah, fire, hell, ice magic.
Oh. See, I
It's
didn't
very
know there was an
interesting
ice
that
titan.
your friend chooses to look at one part of the unification and doesn't look at the other part that directly impacts him. And well, I can assume,
But he said that the Titans were also sealed off.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just said that they could cross over whenever they wanted.
No, the gods can.
Oh.
The children,
The siblings.
siblings. Mm.
And
Children.
they just. Are they children to you?
They're children of the other gods, of the big boys.
There's more?
The sun and the moon god.
Oh.
Didn't you have like a dog?
Did I? Oh. Pavel's not a dog.
Well, close enough.
What about Pavel?
Yes, I mean, I didn't have great eyes on you at that point, but I'm sure. I think you were blessed with something. I smelled some more elemental, not proto-elemental magic, I guess. I'm just saying, it's a lot more complicated than some would have you believe.
I mean, it already seems really fucking complicated to me, but,
Mhm.
that's just because I don't think many thoughts about that.
It's just a lot easier to blanket seal everything that's different from you that you don't like than to, take the time to do it the right way. And sure, the right way would probably just be sealing hell, but like they chose not to do that.
What would your right way have been?
Leave it open and like let everything, I don't know.
But then
Chaos
wouldn't
theory, the whole thing.
wouldn't it go back to what he was talking about with the wars and
Yeah, everybody fights for power.
that doesn't?
Moonrook fought to be the center of the unification.
But that's all there is fighting for power.
I don't fucking know.
You've been watching me since I was with Pavel.
I mean, not like looking through your eyeballs, but Daeron had a special interest in your weird green friend, and
Why?
I'd smelled that. I don't fucking know. He's a weirdo. He's dead now. You know that.
I do know that. Have you been watching me since before that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any reason to lie to you. we were in a contract. I mean,
Like okay, so how long would you say that? Because you said that you've known about me and you were waiting to meet me.
yeah.
How long would you say at that? By what point in my life you wanted to do that?
How old are you?
How old is he?
He's gone from
I don't
like
even know.
22 to like 26. He's probably just my age.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps things
I
easy.
mean,
Yeah.
very like hands-on, like interested in you. That's not the right way to
Does your
phrase
age
that.
reset when you fucking die?
Yeah. Am I like
You're like 2
3
weeks
days
old.
old again?
Technically, you didn't die. Well, you died in the sense that your like heart stopped, but you're not. You didn't.
I
Go
didn't,
to the-
I didn't get resurrected.
You didn't like appear in hell.
CPR
your
was
soul didn't like
attempted.
appear in hell and like whatever.
Well, yeah, because you didn't let it go to hell.
Yeah, because
Would
that
it
would have
have gone
been
to
way
hell? Would
more
I have gone to
complicated.
hell?
Would you have gone to hell?
Is there any other place to go?
Probably. It was like astral, like lands of glorious war and lands of hunting for people who hunt and lands that you could just eat forever, I guess. I don't know. But
So you get war, hunting, or eating?
there's
War,
other, there's
hunting,
other
eating, or hell.
places
war,
in the
hunting,
far,
or...
there's
I don't think I want
realms.
any of those choices.
There's a realm for everything, or if you
Just don't
are
like
bad,
Hogwarts
you come
houses.
down to hell. If you're a righteous hero and you smite those who has to be smote, then you go to the the righteous beyond.
Hear that, Tag?
But if
We're
you're-
going
if
to
you're-
Righteous Beyond.
If you're a normal fucking person
yes.
who makes mistakes, you go to hell.
If you're just a normal person, you always go to hell?
I don't know. There's a lot of people in here. People who steal for like their families and they got caught by the police and then they died. I don't know.
The police determine if people go to hell?
Whoa!
You really don't know a lot about things. That is a very surface level approach of.
No, I'm just saying,
That's
like...
a very literal way of saying what I just said. Your soul tips, and the more. For some people, it's like very close of like, oh, you need to repent for this specific thing, so you go to this layer of hell, and then. I don't fucking know.
But who decides that balance?
One of the gods, I guess. We just get them.
Who is the psychopomp in this universe?
Whoa, yeah.
That's what I want to know.
And why the fuck are they being like, hey, you stole food to feed your family?
Yeah, exactly.
Burn in hell!
They're like
No, I'm
they're very
sure-
American, and they'll destroy
I'm
you
sure
if you
there's
steal
a
baby
realm
formula.
where you can like do some good stuff, like a shadow valley kind of way, where you just kind of like, or like a ghost being like, oh, I feel bad, and if you feel bad for long enough, then you can kind of just like stop existing. You don't have to go there after that. I don't know. This is probably a lot. You seem kind of overwhelmed. But the whole reason I wanted to talk is I was hearing the things your holy friend was saying, and it felt very,
Did you take it kind of personally? You felt attacked?
I mean, I felt attacked on your behalf. Like,
I don't feel attacked.
just because, you're not able to take the time because another force is pressuring you to do things doesn't mean that you're bad at making decisions. Just means
the other force being you?
yeah. I don't know.
I don't think you understand my confusion here is not at hearing someone else's perspective on life. Because I kind of know. I kind of always have had these thoughts about hell and like why it's bad and why you're bad and like trying to figure that out. But I've never really been like, oh, the gods are good and you and everyone else going with whatever you got going on is like the worst thing ever. But like the stuff that I am doing as a direct result of being in a contract with you has not been morally or ethically what I would call good in the value of like, oh, I'm trying to help people. I'm really only trying to help myself.
Tag, I want you to be honest with me. Have you ever done good? You were part of numerous amounts of criminal syndicates. You were thieving and running guns and shooting people and getting in gunfights, and your father was doing thing. Your father was a crime syndicate leader. I wouldn't necessarily call that good. I don't necessarily yes, you haven't been murdering people, but I don't know if you've ever really done any good stuff. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just not saying that's, you get to decide what
I know
is
that.
good and bad.
But melting the flesh off of their bones,
It's fun.
it's fun.
That's all. It was heavy-handed. I'll get you that. But would it have, if their heart stopped and they just kind of fell over, would you have been like, "Thank you.
Yes.
See ya."
Literally, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sue me for having theatrics.
Sure. No. Yeah, okay. No, I get it. You're good.
Once this contract is over with, we can, probably have a more level discussion of, your powers, how strong you are.
Wait, once this contract is done, I thought our connection was done too.
This direct connection where you can just call on me whenever, and I can call on you whenever, and we have an actual connection. Yeah, you're still gonna be you're still gonna have your warlock powers when you're done.
Oh.
You're still gonna call on hell whenever you shoot your gun and do more, have it explode a little fiery more. You just won't have, a patron at your beck and call. We'll just have a quarterly discussion.
Of course.
It'll be a lot less.
You two is gonna be like, hey man,
Quarterly
you're
report.
really going over.
If you really want to be rid of me at the end of our contract, that can be arranged. But I didn't get that impression. I thought I remember you saying that at one point you want to go to hell.
I don't want.
A return to hell, I should say.
What?
Haven't you been to hell before? Isn't that where you came from? Are you a tiefling?
I didn't know that I came from hell.
All tieflings too.
I thought tieflings were just born.
You didn't emerge from a pit of hell.
No,
as a
I know.
Baby, but infernal lineages that's tieflings are of the hells.
Was I born in hell?
Probably.
Maybe some of your ancestors were.
I don't know. I don't know where you were born.
You don't know where I was born?
No.
Oh.
Why would I know where you were born?
Well, that answers one of my lingering questions.
Are you my mom?
Is
Is that what you're lingering question?
I'm just letting you know as a mechanic game thing. You can roll to see if she's lying to you at any point.
Right.
You can be I don't believe
No,
that.
he's gonna latch onto do you want to return to hell and be wait, because this is me headcanoning that tiefling, not all tieflings just are born in hell and then we're transferred to the plane.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
Yeah, okay. Can I roll on that?
Sure. Give me an insight check and
Be wait, what? Return to hell? She's I thought
this is
insight?
yeah. Not a super high DC.
18.
How insightful are you?
That is a weird thing for her to say.
Mm-hmm.
You were smart to pick up on that.
Yeah.
You can tell with that high of an insight check, she probably didn't mean to say it like that.
Ooh.
So yeah, I don't know, fucking tieflings come from hell. I'm a tiefling. I was a tiefling until I got cooler.
Don't you want to say you got hotter? Not in a weird way, but you're literally on fire.
You know what, Tag? I'll give you that one.
Thank you. I
That's-
need
My
a win every once in a
gosh.
I
while.
appreciate
Tag
you fighting for me.
utter goober.
I appreciate that.
That's all I'm gonna do.
You goober.
I'm pretty sure I didn't come directly from hell, but if you have,
Did you ever ask your family, or your mom, your dad, where you were born?
Well, if you know about my dad, which you seem to do, you'd know that he was the only person who raised me. And, yeah, there's a lot of tieflings in Ithamar. Unfortunately.
There's a lot of tieflings stuck in hell. You forget that when they sealed the realms, they didn't just seal us.
They sealed everyone down
They
there.
sealed whoever was there
Mm-hmm.
away from wherever they came from, wherever they wanted to go. They just closed the doors and locked them, threw away the key.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you must think of me, how I melt the things, I tell you to kill people. Kello was one of my guys, and he messed up. So I needed him dead, and I needed to watch him die. Because
You didn't make me watch him die?
I didn't necessarily need you to watch him die, but I asked somebody else to kill him, and he didn't. So
Did you ask Barrett to kill him?
You were there.
if you're gonna ask so
Yeah.
directly, yeah,
Okay, well, Barrett kind of tried to kill him, but
yeah, Barrett
we
fucking failed
but that
at
was
killing his underling.
that was because of us, though. You know that.
Yeah, I know that.
So
But
it's-
he could have stopped you guys and finished the job, but he decided his own skin was more important. And that's why he was at the battle royale,
Mm.
whatever.
I don't know. I just think it was because we were like really fucking determined, and
Yeah, for some reason that your green friends really wanted to keep a criminal alive. That,
Couldn't let him go.
as an
Yeah.
archdevil, I've never seen that happen before. Just a random mage was like, hey, this weird criminal needs to stay alive.
Well, hey, it's one of your people. It's another tiefling.
I guess that's true. Is he one of mine? He actually,
Ooh.
you hear her like think.
Clem lore. Clematis
I
lore.
do not think he's one of mine.
And you thought
unfortunately.
Sedge was convicted.
Oh yeah, hold on.
You know?
Let me put on here.
Oh wait,
Clem
because
has
Sedge
got-
has family
Clem has
directly
got-
like stuck in hell.
Clem
from
has
what
got
I've gathered.
convictions.
Probably one of the other ones. Probably more.
I can
something.
look up what kind of tiefling Clem was if that would help. It was
I can.
It was the one that gives you money or something. I can't remember. It was weird.
Generates money.
It wasn't that, but it was. I don't know.
Does Clem have family stuck in hell?
I don't know as much about him as I know about you. He's less interesting.
Ooh.
What do you know about me?
Burn Mammon Tiefling.
Mammon, can you describe? Oh, just a little bit.
Is where I have him. Spect as. The great miser Mammon loves coins above all elves. So
All
tieflings-
elves.
All elves.
So
Tieflings tied to him excel at gathering and safeguarding wealth, which Clem never really did.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say. is it
Well, it
Clem
was
a
kind of
broke
like
student?
gathering and safeguarding like
Info,
intelligence,
the value
wealth,
of
yeah,
information.
exactly.
he's probably one of Fiona's. He was green, right? Green horns, green
Pretty
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona's. Fiona's.
Fairness Green.
Yeah.
Are they cool? Or are they also?
The devil pain.
All the devils are bitches.
Oh,
in-
yeah.
All the devils are bitches in their own right. Myself included.
I didn't
As
say.
you might,
I didn't say you did.
as you might have noticed. But like I was, yeah.
The devil pain.
I was saying, he probably, yeah. But if you're so concerned with where you came from in hell, you want to take a peek, you want to look around. You might
Come
not
on.
like it, but you might need to help me get this fucking cage off.
You could have a tour of hell.
You can't just tell me.
I could tell you, but I'd rather you do it because you want to.
I want you to tell me.
Do you want me to force you to open hell? Do
Oh,
you want me to
no,
force
no,
you
no.
to want
I
to
don't
go to
wanna-
hell? What are you
no.
talking about? You want
Why
me
do I have to
run-
go down to hell to look around for something that I don't know?
I'm not saying that you. Again, you're being way too literal, Taliati. I'm just saying you probably want to go to hell to learn more about where you came from, what a tiefling is. You probably have some questions to ask your dad if you don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, if you want to learn more about all of this, somebody who's trying to keep a door closed is not probably the right way to learn about it.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
And that door is in Silvermarsh.
The door doesn't technically exist, but if you want to make a keyhole, might help.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be let in to the plan, all you have to do is ask. You're going to become more like the others that
plan?
you already know, but you'll be more like your friend Barrett.
He's not my fucking friend.
Okay.
No, you
I
don't
saw the rivalry you two had.
Oh,
That's fucking. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch your knee.
how dare you touch my knee?
Just slice it up. You know. I'm just not even gonna acknowledge that you said that. Great conversation. Thank you. I'm gonna go do my watch.
Cool. And then
Yeah.
when you want to turn it off, you see that you can just it just cuts off.
Power button.
Yeah, you just turn off your phone, and
Put the
and
phone
you
over.
don't nothing else happens afterwards. Is there anything else you want to do in your watch?
Can I search?
Sure.
You're obsessed with searching.
It's all
Bonus action
it's
search.
just my bonus action.
You're not even in
I
combat.
have careful eyes.
You're not even in combat, so you're not restricted to your
I know,
actions and
I
bonus
know.
actions.
You
You could do whatever you want. The world is your
This
oyster.
was just like a food larder kind of that we're in.
You can either use your old investigation check, or you can roll a new one if you'd like.
Sure, I'll roll a new one. Well, it's a dirty 20.
Cool. So with you're just kind of like you stand up from the chair that I was sitting. I'm assuming you were sitting in. You kind of realize you like kind of got like a cold sweat. You like it's when you don't move for a while and you move around. You're like, oh, I was sweating the entire time. You kind of like look around. You see this like holy banner again. You see like other tatters of cloth that you're like, oh, these are probably like not the same thing, but they're like other cloths that are like also like probably had the insignia at one time. Passing the investigation check, you see like various kind of things that are kind of like you open a box, you see a pile of dirt and you kind of like look through the dirt. You see some like rusting knight things, like some like old armor that's like it looks like
Not
been
usable.
here for a minute. It's like some like cleric-y type, like medium to heavy armor that's just kind of been there. Some like rusted swords, like other well-loved pieces of cleric equipment, like an incense thing that's just like fuck. Like you go to look at it and like crumbles in your hand, kind of stuff. But you also see some like tomes in like a language you can't read, like not as old and not looking like other books that you've seen, kind of like what I described earlier. They look like more like roughly made, like more like leather parchment stab stitch than like a bound, made kind of like book that you would expect to see in like a city. You see some other bits of like some rusted swords, some corroded armor pieces. You look between the armor there and the armor that Sedge had like doffed before he went to bed, and they're like similar, but like he said they're probably from different eras. There's a couple other things also scattered. As you like pick them up and flip through like the book, you're like, this kind of looks like Elvish, but like a different. It's like when you're like, this is like Eastern European, but I can't tell what country it's from. It's similar in that sense. Then next to those are some like other like natural implements, like dried herbs and like other flora that are kind of like in like little like sachets or like tied together. But they seem like separate from that. Like the cleric stuff is kind of over here in a pile, and that stuff is kind of over there in a pile. The items, the second after the cleric stuff, everything seems like simple, but like important, probably to the person who made them, like intentionally made, I should say. Yeah. So it's kind of like two different things happening.
Cleric stuff, night stuff.
Cleric stuff, night stuff, and like a more like, for lack of a better term, like druidy kind of like natural world stuff.
But there are no bodies.
No body yaddy yaddies. Kim?
Cool. And that's it. Roll me an encounter check.
Whoa.
You guys are very much protected by the lock of the door, so like people won't like come in and like be like, "Hey, who are you?"
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Do I add anything to it?
No, it's just
It's
a
a 2.
D20. So, fucking god.
Oh no. Oh god.
What you hear with a 2, and I didn't want to have a fight this session, so you're not gonna like hear a fight. But as you kind of like go back and sit down, and you're kind of like zoning out, just like keeping like dissociating isn't like the right vibe, but like you're kind of just like hearing stuff that's like listening for something. You hear kind of like down the hall like heavy footsteps of like what might be like a scouting party or something. You hear like
Heavy footsteps.
2 to 3 just like plodding around. And then as it comes, you hear it go away, and then because of 2, you hear them go down this hallway, and you hear the footsteps walk by, kind of like pushing doors open, like and like looking around, footsteps. You don't hear what you might have heard talking when they were further away, and now that they're over in this area, you don't hear talking. You hear several bodies kind of moving around. You hear them try to open another door, and you're, it's fucking blocked. And, they come down here. They do the door next to yours, and at the door, there's a loud, like, because the door kind of just, like, falls off the hinge.
Wait. Okay.
This door?
Hold on.
The door next to yours,
Oh,
like
God.
the room next to you.
Hold on. I need to look up what thaumaturgy can do really quick. Because I don't remember.
You don't remember thaumaturgy? Can you even call yourself a thaumaturge?
Thaumaturgist.
If I want to make a door, an unlocked door, window fly open or slam shut, do I have to be able to see it?
Does it say line of sight needed?
I think it says just that you need it should be a range on thaumaturgy.
30 feet?
Huh.
Interesting. So you want to like make a door, like describe what you want to have happen.
Basically, like, he hears them go to the door next to them and then doesn't want them to check this door and, like, distract them enough by sending, like, if there's other doors that are unlocked, just make one, like, open and slam shut further down past where they're at. Like,
Cool.
already in the direction that they're going.
So
they'll walk by this one and go towards that one.
So I'll say you guys are like one of the first doors, and then past where you're going is more to like the tunnels, like where you had the fight and whatnot. Do you want to send them that way, or do you want to send them back the way they came?
Like, towards the tunnels.
Towards the tunnels?
God, I keep almost hitting you.
How dare you?
So, okay. Cool. That's there's no roll required. Because you kind of just make a sound
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
These guys are not smart, so they're not even gonna get a roll. They're just kind of like walking around.
Do they sound like rats though? That's an interesting, you know what I mean? Like tag.
That is an interesting
Because
question.
if they've got heavy footsteps, they don't sound like rats. And that there's some other people in here then that are not rats.
That
They sound heavier than rats.
that would require a roll. Do you want to
But I'm asleep.
before you cast the thaumaturgy, do you want to take a moment to hear what they might be, to like focus in on the movement? You want to do that?
Hey, Finn, you're okay.
It's so fine, dude. It's so okay.
It's a person you've seen before
literally-
moving across the room.
You're fine. You're so weird. He's just like, I must scream.
So, you hear them knock over the door. And you're like, oh shit. Well, I guess that door's shitty anyway. And you hear. So you take a moment and you hear. Give me
Oh
a
wait,
perception
I know.
check
So
with
he's
advantage.
gonna do like the thaumaturgy, so they run past and then like creak the door open and look.
It's
You can't open the door.
yeah, we-
Oh,
because
that's
it's
right.
locked.
Because the
Rav
lock.
did
So
that.
Rav has to
Okay.
open the door unless
Yeah.
they cast a spell to break the thing.
he did the thing.
That's
Rav
wait,
did
what
the
is
thing.
it?
Perception.
Perception. Wow, that's a freaking 22.
That's pretty
So,
good. I thought you were
He's
gonna.
got he's got his big ears up
I
against.
thought
the
you were
door.
gonna say it's bad, but
it's
it's
pretty
pretty
fucking good.
I'm perceptive.
Pretty
Plus
damn good.
over 20 perception
More
check.
perceptive than I
as shit,
am.
but I'm
You-
perceptive as hell.
You hear them knock. Hey, fucking dude, why'd you do that? I don't fucking know. Just leave me alone. And you can like shove each other. You hear them kind of like grumble to each other, and they sound similar to the rats that you were hearing earlier. Sonically, it'd be kind of hard to determine. Like, I'm trying to think of like they are rats.
Okay.
They are also rats.
More rats.
You
Bigger
don't.
rats?
You can't. You get the sense by the noises they're making. You know how like they're like shoving into, they're bumping into the wall. You get the sense that they are big dudes. They're
Rats
big.
of unusual size.
They're bigger humanoids than the guys. Like, you get the sense that they're closer, like your size.
Oh jeez.
So they're big
no.
guys.
Mm.
So they kind of like fucking shove each other out of the way, and then they put okay, there's one door. Just let me look at the last door, and then we can fucking get out of here. Then they kind of go over and he puts his hand. You hear this is how you hear like claw. You know when you can kind of like claws touch before a hand does. You kind of get the sense, and you remember
Oh,
the
like
the
the
rats
clicking.
before had claws like that. You kind of hear the claws touch the handle, and you're like really like there. You're hearing everything. You even see like their like shadows underneath the door touch the thing, and then that's when you hit the thaumaturgy. Further down the hall toward the tunnel. And they hear just like a
Yeah.
like a slam of something.
Don't drop that on your iPad.
And they're like, oh shit, guys, shut the fuck up, shh. And then like you hear the hand go on the knob and then just release. They didn't even try the door, and then they run away. They all kind of like hobble down the hallway.
Do they do the Ghibli run when it's like a creature? And they have their like hands up.
Oh,
and
I thought you said the Gimli run. And I
No.
was like, they kind of do a Gimli.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like, and you hear like down the hall.
What's a Ghibli run? What are you talking about?
When,
They're
it,
kind of like,
when it's either like their hands are at their sides or they're like
they're kind of like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
this kind of.
Mm-hmm.
With the soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
they're like.
Yeah. Like the
So-
Tolmekians.
Yeah.
It's like a,
I'll say that happens, and then like 15-20 minutes pass, you don't hear them. They're away. And this is about, at the end of your like 4 hour, 2 hour, however shift, they knew your shift.
Rev.
That kind of happens, and it
Ravioli,
would be
it's your turn.
now mechanically it's such a shift, so you can like
Okay.
Oh, we only doing
change
two,
of the guard.
We only doing two watches.
Or you could, I guess you would do 3. Cause Rav.
We can just
sorry.
say that Rab did his watch and nothing happened, doesn't go to Sedge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
I'll say, I guess I'll say Rav did his first, nothing happened. Then you did yours, and this
Oh,
happened,
okay.
and then you're switching over to Sedge because I don't want an NPC to be on watch while other
Yeah.
NPCs are doing something.
Mm-hmm. Tag tells you about the rats. Are you drawing the rats?
Yeah, I was drawing the rats actually. Yeah.
Rats.
Drawing
Where's the rat?
a nasty rat.
It's
Ew.
Matthew.
I've never drawn a rat before, so I don't really remember what they
gross.
look like,
He's
and
nasty.
I didn't want to look up
I
references,
like
so
his little legs.
I just made.
That guy's like a
just made
cool
a
trench
nasty-
coat.
I just made a nasty rat with hood. With a
Sometimes I
hood.
want to be a
That's
nasty rat.
nasty rat.
Okay. It's Sedgin time.
Sedgin.
Did you pick up those items you saw, or you just like, oh, that's a cool thing?
I feel like Tag would have done the neurodivergent thing of being distracted, and he'll like pick them all up and then
He's just
kinda
holding them.
Well, he'll like sort them outside of the box and then get distracted again and just leaves them there. So if Sedge wants some herbs and old night stuff, it's just like
Herbs.
Yeah. So during your
Herbs.
watch, you will
like
just
literally
look.
like what I have done with the dice here,
Yeah.
how it's just set out.
You will just wake up and during your during your watch,
Yeah,
you will just see the things that Tag has just laid out. You wake up and you wake up Sedge.
Okay.
So it's just time for your watch.
Right.
There might be some rats, but that was a while ago.
Give you any trouble with the door or anything?
I sent them back the way we came.
It's a neat trick. Cool. Get some sleep.
I'll try.
You fall into a dreamless slumber.
Great, awesome.
Hey.
Sedge, you see weirdly laid out next to a box, a rusted pair of old like cleric armor. You don't even really have to like look at it for long to be like, that kind of looks like mine, but like the old model. You see some rusted swords, a bit more of the cloth from these banners. But you also see a like couple bushels of like dried herbs and other flora.
Do they like
And then like a stack of tomes.
good? Are they like usable, or is it like, because that's a long time?
It's kind of like, you know, when you like have left your dried lavender on a shelf for a really long time and it's really good until you touch it.
When it
And
just,
then when you
falls,
touch it, it kind of
it just falls apart.
yeah. When I was writing this part, I looked up and saw the bag of art things. I was like, that could be a thing that would be in a cave.
Cool.
So you see kind of like just like the stems of things and yeah. And then yeah, is there anything you want to do during your watch?
Not particularly. I think he'll kind of just spend it meditating in front of the armor.
Cool.
The cleric armor.
So
The climber.
you don't have to roll an encounter check because of where Andy sent them. What you hear is about like an hour later, you hear the rats that the Tag mentioned kind of plod back, and as they go by, they're not quiet about it. They're not trying to hide at all because they have no reason to hide because they're big guys. You hear them say, "Wow, this fucking something killed some of the scouts. I only saw 2 scout bodies. Yeah, we only saw 2 scout bodies, but like there were 3 of them, and there was like a puddle of blood. I don't know what the fuck that is. We should probably say something about this. I don't. Okay. I don't want to be the one to tell the captain. Well, I don't want to be the one to tell the captain. No, you're gonna be. You saw the rats first, so you're gonna tell the. You see.
How many voices do I
You
hear?
hear 3 distinct voices.
Okay.
And then they just are having a conversation as they walk by you guys.
Probably should have hid those bodies, huh?
And then there's a reason I asked which direction you sent them. So they kind of plod back, and you hear their voices fade
Hey, we didn't think about it.
and get down, kind of go out of earshot. And yeah, that's kind of the interesting thing that happens during your watch. This is a good pause moment. If you want to pause, you can keep going if you want to see more stuff, but
What? Oh, heal.
heal.
Take a little
Wow,
break.
I love a heal.
No break.
Yeah, it's because it's getting close
Intermission
to.
time.
It's getting maybe close to
It's getting close to
Twilight watching time.
Twilight time.
It's almost